Hello. 3 simple leaves. They're progressively a little bit more challenging, and I'm going to suggest you work your way through from the simple one up here, which is just a basic skills of removing the wood, lowering the background and so on, through to this one where we have a little bit more challenge on the surface, and then to this one here, this oak leaf, which has more modelling and is actually undercut. So it's a good little series that will teach you a lot of carving skills. You can see the difference in the colour here. What I've done is I've oiled some surfaces and waxed others, and you can see how that makes a big difference. And I've also, in this case, I've added them to the back of a metal bookend to turn them into bookends in their own right. So a nice little project. You can vary the leaves. There's lots of leaves around your garden which you can probably find and adapt. So enjoy, and best of luck with your carving. You can either draw the leaf directly onto the piece of wood, or as I've done here, print it out, glue it down, and then you can carve directly through the paper. The grain is going in this direction, which is along this stalk here, so that's got a lot of strength. I'm holding it in a simple collection of fences, so it just nestles in there like that, and then this fence here will have to be below the line at which we're going to cut. So that's a quick way of just holding it, and this block that the fences are on can be any old bit of waste wood that you hold on the bench anywhere you like, clamp it and so on. So the first thing we need to do though is to mark a line around here. This will be the depth to which we go, and the best tool for this is a marking gauge where we'll actually score the line in the wood. So I'm using the marking gauge to run a line about 1/8 of an inch, 3mm, all the way around the edge. The first stage is to line in, which means to outline the leaf. This means getting the V-tool and running it round the edge slightly to the waist side. How deep do we go? Well, the best way to describe this, or to show you, is that if you make a nick at the side like this, to just above the line, you can see there's a certain width there. And that width will be the width that you want to make this groove. The next thing to mention is that when you, and bear in mind this is all waste, so we can practice a little bit in here. When you make a cut with a V-tool diagonally across the grain, you'll see one side of the V-tool is going to be with the grain, and the other side is pulling into the grain, is tearing it. So there's a clean and a rough side to a V-tool cut like that. What we have to do is we have to make our lining in cuts such that the good side, the clean side, is to the subject, which means going sort of downhill towards the midline. So I'll need to go downhill here in that direction, and downhill here in this direction. So have a little play with that, see how that looks, and then when you're ready you can start just carving downhill and stopping just before that leaf there, the stalk there. Then we make a second pass, like so. Then on this side, out here. So I'm just to the outside of my drawn line. Then on this side it'll be the opposite way, coming from this side like this. If that doesn't come out, don't worry about that, that'll all be cleaned up later. So that's just above the depth that I want to go to. This width is about that. So try and get this even all the way around. And when you've done one side, you can do the other. I'm now going to lower the background. And for that I'm using a deepish gouge. This is a number 8, but a 7, 8 or 9, depending on how far down you want to go. I'm going to work across the grain like this, so that the fibres break off and there's no problem here. If I was to work this way, then I don't know whether I'm going with or against the grain. So going across the grain is certainly the better action. Low angle grip again. Start at one edge and work across. And just push the tool straight across like this. And it helps to give a little bit of a rock to the cut, like so. Let's make one pass, and then another pass like this, and another pass like that. And you're aiming to go down to just above that line that you've cut there with the marking gauge. A little tricky to get it in. So you work into the grain, one pass, so rather into the wood, so we're not working off the edge, into the mass here. And then as you come to the carving, rock the tool like this a little bit. Don't wiggle like that or lever, but just spin the tool in its arc, like so. And you can sort of just float that edge into the carving without damaging it. So it doesn't matter how many passes you need to make, but you just work your way as evenly as you can, trying to get a sense of the background underneath. I turned the piece of wood around so that I can work the other side again into the mass. I've aimed to get the bottom of these trenches just above my final surface. So now when I come to level it off with a flat gouge like this, the main job I need to do is just skim over these ridges. Excuse me, this is a flat gouge, a number 3. Coming in from the side, I make this sort of slicing cut. So I'm going across the grain, but I drift it to the side like this. And I take all those ridges off. Now it's quite common that this sort of thing happens, where you get the wood left at the subject. That's fine, just leave it for the moment. But do make sure that you get rid of all these little grooves, so that this now here is a finished surface. So the tool goes in, and as it goes in you pull it to the side like this. So it's a slicing cut. So just leave those bits here at the moment and work your way methodically all around the background. This levelling of the background is a skill in its own right. It's very easy to dig one corner in. If you do that, you need to just go over it and clean it up as you go along, so you don't leave scratches and marks and damaged surface. But it is definitely a skill in order to get this to go right across. So just do your best, and every time you do relief carving, the chances are you're going to be doing this again and again and again. So I've turned it round, I've come back into the middle, and again all this wood here that's right up close, I've left that as it is, and you'll see why in a moment, because when we finish this, the next stage is to give us a very neat outline here. The next stage is called setting in, where we put in an accurate outline to the subject. For this sort of leaf, which has got very slow curves, we'll use flat gouges like we've just used on the background, or perhaps slightly quicker but still quite flat gouges. You need the pen and dagger grip, and how you do it is you push down with one corner like this, and you push with your thumb and you slice. So this corner is clear, this bottom corner there is just on the finished surface as best you can gauge, and then you let the tool do the cut as you sweep it round. Now where it goes flatter, then you can switch to a really flat gouge like so, and you can see that I can actually carve against the grain. This is carving against grain, which is like sharpening a pencil backwards, because there's such an acute angle of approach there. The attack is such an acute angle. You see that it will cut against the grain very easily. So when you go around like that, then with your flat gouge, you can just clean that up. So you're trying not to leave a stab mark. So sometimes there's a little bit of backwards and forwards to just clean that junction up. You're trying to get a nice neat junction just down here. So that's what I'm doing. And for this part here, I would swap to a flatter gouge and just dress that down like so. A corner like that, you might need a skew chisel in. So this wall is slightly sloping out. It's about 5-10 degrees out. So we're trying to get a sense of this coming into the leaf and not dipping or anything underneath, so that the leaf looks as if it's just sitting nicely on the background. If you find yourself going a bit deeper, just level everything out so you can't see anything happening too suddenly. So work your way all the way around the leaf, getting yourself a nice clean line. The work here often takes longer than actually working the leaf itself. But now we can turn to the leaf and give it some shape, some interest.